Hey girl, it's me, Vixen Ken, back at it again with another episode of Vixen's Verdict. Now, before y'all snap on me, listen, it's been a lot going on, y'all. Like, I don't even know where to start, because y'all know I don't write shit down. I just be talking to y'all, my homegirls and my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? This shit coming right off the noggin, like, if I seem a little bit overwhelmed, that's because I am, y'all, like... Oh my gosh. First of all, before I even get started, I just want to have a moment of silence for everybody that was affected in the Midwest by the tornadoes and storms, okay? Because it affected me. So that's another reason why I've been gone. It was a tornado that touched down really in Northwest Indiana. My power was out for 6 days. There are still some places in Indiana, and their power is out, like in Gary and Maryville. I hope that they get that resolved. I know a lot of people are probably feeling like, well, fuck them, but that's not fair. One bad apple should not spoil the whole bunch. I know that, on the news, they were saying that someone shot at, the NIPSCO workers, and now they're scared to go back over there. I don't know why they did that shit, but I'm telling y'all, like, the stuff I've been seeing, it's like one big social experiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel bad for the elderly, the disabled, the children. You know, it's hot. It's summertime. People are without air conditioning. People can't charge their phones. You know, there's people that are on, you know, medical devices that, you know, have to be in hospitals, and the nearby hospital damn near barely got power. So it's just really a lot, you know. So I wanted to start off and speak on that because I do have a platform, and I feel like that's what platforms are for sometimes. I feel like you should speak on those topics. So, you know, hopefully you all are able to find food, shelter, and safety. And hopefully everything gets back up soon. Excuse me. Hold on. Woo, that came out of nowhere, y'all. Pardon me. Y'all know I ain't editing shit. So if you know, you know. So yeah, so I just wanted to speak on that. Cause man, it's just been a lot going on. People shooting and pooping. That's all I know. I heard, you know, stop acting a fool, y'all. I think that at this point in time, everybody needs to come together and, you know, come together as one people, take care of one another, take care of your community, and do the best that you can, okay? So I just wanted to speak on that, because, yeah, I have a support system for my family, but everybody don't have that. So talking about a support system, I'm gonna hop right into it from here. Ain't no way in hell y'all been smashing these niggas all summer long. Then your damn power out, and you can't even call on none of them, so they can get you a hotel to fuck you, but can't get you a hotel for you and your children. Now, I know he'll come to me and, well, where the daddy at? Where the daddy at? You ain't give a fuck about her being a single mama when you was clapping them cheeks. You was trying to be the next baby daddy. So, yes, you know, ladies, this is why I feel like it's time for us to have some accountability, because it's way too many women that I've seen complain that I know for a fact has, you know, relations with a man. It's one thing to be one night stands and maybe a booty call, but y'all like summer flings and shit like that. You mean to tell me he could get you some weed and liquor, but he can't make sure that you're not somewhere sweating your damn titties off? It's too damn hot for this shit. Bitch, before I went over to my damn mama house, I had Sweetie Swats and Swissy. You do the math. Like, what the fuck? It's too goddamn hot. Poor kids, and then the people with pets. Shit. I got a Yorkie. Don't nobody want to be bothered with him because he be trying to market shit. So there's that. Imagine the time that I've had, okay? But, you know, I just want to speak on that because I really, this is my thing. I feel like men are so quick to be irresponsible, and no matter how irresponsible they are, they will always blame the women for the outcome, right? So yes, she probably shouldn't have been having sex with a nothing-ass, bum-ass man that can't give her shit, provide her with nothing, and then had the audacity to get pregnant, then keep it. You know, everybody got different morals, okay? But at the same time, it takes two to tango. You know what I'm saying? So we not gonna get into that, but stop getting, moral of the story, stop fucking men that can't do shit for you. I'm sorry. Cause, you know, my friends and shit like that, I go to their house. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got a nigga with no house. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I can see if y'all both power out, now y'all can get a hotel. Cause he ain't gonna have no problem getting you a hotel. Fuck yeah. So hopefully during these trying times, not to make it about this, but this is, you know, what I came on here to talk about. Y'all know, when it comes to, as a woman, when you in a tough situation, okay? Your light's about to be off or something. You ain't got no damn groceries. You're on the side of the road and your tire blew out or something like that. If you cannot call on none of the men that you fucking and have relationships with, and that's telling you sweet nothings and what you want to hear to help you in a time of need. I don't give a fuck about that. Oh, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. Something got to give. Y'all both can't be broke. You know what I'm saying? Something got to give. And he the one that's approaching you to want get something from you. And if you out there trying to find niggas gone and stuff like that, make sure you find the ones that's gonna give a fuck about you enough to help you. That's all I gotta say about that. So that's one thing. So talking about relations, I want to talk about platonic relationships between men and women. Okay, this is something I want to speak on because recently I've been calling myself trying to be more social because, you know, I have been taking a break from work and everything, my 9 to 5. I've been enjoying myself. I've been learning a lot more about myself because I got time to sit down and think and do something outside of just stressing about work. So yeah, I've been more social. I've been visiting my community amenities and I've been frequenting places, and I met me a friend group. So I thought, right? And lo and behold, remember I just said, you know, basically bad associations spoil useful habits. You got to be around people that you're equally yoked with. Otherwise, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of miserable, hating ass motherfuckers and low vibrational ass people. And it's going to always be drama. You know what I'm saying? Because for some odd reason, when motherfuckers broke, the last thing that be on their mind is getting some money. I don't know why, but you'll be around a broke motherfucker long enough, you're going to see why they broke. And be around a motherfucker with the impoverished mindset long enough, and you're going to see that they like to surround themselves with those type of people. You know, so I had some drama, and I was like, oh, hell no, I stepped away from that. But back to the platonic relationships between men and women, okay? First of all, I want to speak on consent, okay? Because for some odd reason, a lot of men, especially ones that are attractive or feel that they are a gift to the world for women, they have this thing where if you tell them no, or if you think that you are, you know, you're in control of yourself, you have self-control, and you want to hang, you want to kick it and stuff like that, they think that, oh, you know you want me. Stop playing hard to get. Sir, get your rapist ass on. She said no. But they don't understand that. And they will take it from you. And then you will have a very hard time, especially as a minority, to go up to the police station and cry about it the next day. Especially if you chilling with a motherfucker and you think you could trust them and be under, you know, the influence of something. They're going to be like, well, ma'am, you invited him to your place. It reminds me of that movie. I can't think of what it was. What was that movie? It was like, okay, I'm gonna try to think of like the storyline. It was like Whoopi Goldberg played a really religious mother, okay? I don't know what the fuck she was talking about, him and some shit like that. She had 2 light-skinned daughters. One she just praised and thought was an angel and super sweet. And the other one, she basically shunned her and disowned her. And she lived in this toe-up ass apartment next to this older woman. I forgot the actress name. And basically, she was just going around, you know, basically meeting men and having one-night stands with them and stuff out of pain and hurt, you know. And what was I about to get on with this? Girl, I don't even know what the fuck I was going trying to explain the movie. Shit, I need to do some crossword puzzles. Shit, what was I talking about? Oh, consensual relationships. So basically, she was talking to her little sisters, like I want to say maybe school counselor or mentor or something like that. And the lady was telling her about one of her coworkers, her male coworkers, and she was saying something along the lines of, oh, he's so sweet, he asks me out, he does this, he does that. And basically the woman was like, yeah, but he want to fuck you. And she just blew it off, giggling about it and shit like that. So the woman that was telling her all these nice things about this guy, basically end up, I don't know, yeah, she invited the guy to her place for dinner and, you know, maybe some wines and a nice intimate evening. So the guy started coming on to her sexually, and she was turning him down, and he was like, well, you know what you invited me over here for? And that man raped her. And then she tried to go to the police station and everything like that, and she had a hard time kind of getting anyone to take her serious. And I'm not trying to make this about race or anything, but all I gotta say is there's a common saying, 1 tears equals 30 years. But when it comes to us, look how we're portrayed on the media. We always got on motherfucking pleaser outfits, BBLs, titties pushed up to the chin, ass always out, always talking about pussy and all this in the music. Women always dressing raunchy. They got all these shows on Zeus, women beating it out of each other and stuff like that. So they look at us like animals. They look at us like prostitutes. We always talking about selling it anyway. So they don't take us serious. They look at it like shit, you know what? They don't take it serious, right? So when it comes to consensual relationships, consent is a very touchy topic for, I know, a lot of women. There has been times where, you know, I've trusted men and, you know, they'll take it. And they think it's rough sex or disguise it as it, you know, you plan. Yeah, you'll get blamed regardless. You know, so, and then it sucks in situations too. I know that there are a lot of strained mommy-daughter relationships or mommy-son relationships because, you know, imagine your mother getting raped or coerced into sex and she has a baby and the man disappear. You know, nobody was there to save her, protect her. She didn't have no father to go back to. Nobody listened to her. And you can't tell your mother because she gonna be like, well, what you thought was gonna happen? You shouldn't have did this. You know, people are so judgmental against women when they deserve to feel safe. It shouldn't be normalized and shouldn't be our faults for thinking that we can have a actual friendship with men that you don't get to rape somebody because they invited you back to their place. You know what I'm saying? Women looked at, well, that's what you get. That wasn't smart. I mean, so basically what you're doing is agreeing with us women when we say we rather choose the damn bear. Okay. Another thing, I know I said something about consent, but like, it's not just rape, but coercion is definitely a form of rape to me. Because you'll have some men where it's like you damn near giving them sympathy pussy or pussy for them to just leave you alone. Like, I can't really explain that. It's kind of like the equivalent of giving a man your number because you're scared he gonna kill you or something like that. My bad, my phone battery time about is finna die when it was just, oh, it ain't on the charger. Hold that thought, y'all. Now my weed getting stuck to the grass. Hold on, y'all. Hold that thought. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me, because we was getting somewhere. We getting somewhere, y'all. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Ain't have it down on me now. I'm scared. Okay, I think we in there. It's plugged up shit. Anyway, so back to what I was saying about coercion. It's like the equivalent to, a lot of the time I used to give out my number with ease because it's terrifying. Like, a man will come on so strong to you, and not only they're like, why didn't you give him a fake number? Because they'll really like harass you to call them right then and there to make sure you gave them the right number. Like, I don't think they understand how fucking creepy that is. Like, what the fuck is you I went to the gas station the other day and I was, paying for my gas. And I'm sitting at the counter. This man came right directly next to me. I'm like, yeah, put my number in your phone. That's exactly how he said it. Now, don't get me wrong. A dominant man that takes initiative and that's not afraid to approach a woman can be sexy. But it don't matter how attractive you are, who the fuck you think you are, and none of that. That is fucking terrifying. So I'm giving him the number. And he like, so what you gonna do now? What you gonna do with that? Like, this is how he talking to me. So I call his fucking Whatever. He gave me his number. I called his phone so he could get the fuck away from me. And then we have to block them later. We have to block, and it's terrifying because think about it. Your number a lot of the times are linked to your social media accounts, right? And then y'all have these Facebook's location on Snapchat. You tell motherfuckers where you grew up with. They looking at your family pictures, looking at your kids. Shit be so fucking weird, y'all. That's why I think men need to do so much better. They're so socially awkward. They don't know how to approach women. They don't respect women. Because you would never say, like I said, and especially when it comes to our men, black men, let's just talk about it. Y'all would not run up to no white girl like that in no damn uppity ass neighborhood. She gonna call the police and they gonna embittle your ass. No disrespect to that situation, but it's just like the extremity and severity of how they be coming on to us. It's just like, please. Then you try to talk to some men and like I said before in one of my posts, do you smoke? Do you drink? You know, like I understand getting to know somebody, but like you can figure that out later. You know what I'm saying? Right now, your first fucking goal should not be to get me under the influence of anything so that you can weaken my inhibitions so that you can get one step closer to some pussy. Sir, you are Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, what's really going on? Like, I don't think y'all even process this in y'all man before y'all keep doing this shit and they be 30 plus and we're tired. So I'm speaking for all of the women. That shit is fucking weird. So when a man say, you know, do you want to be friends? Hell no. I'm scared. I'm honestly, I be scared for my fucking life out there. You can't even give them up for a send-off number. Or if you just straight up reject them and say no, they be ready to beat your ass. Especially if you're in public, they will dog you out. This has happened to me. And then what I don't understand is it be men with daughters. These women be having children with these type of men. And they have these daughters, and these are the examples. Like I said about the friend group situation, I've had a man throw a drink in my face while I was out. A drink in my face. Throw a drink in my face. All these men around, nobody did shit. Nobody grabbed him. Nobody stopped him. People were laughing. They thought it was funny. And then there's men that really don't get no attention, men that have short man syndrome. There's men that are angry because they feel like, bitch, you think you too good for me. You think you better than me. You ain't shit. I'm going to humble you in front of all these people. I'm going to show you ain't shit, bitch. And they will harm you. These men with these fragile ass egos, little ass dicks, can't keep no woman, miserable. You know what I'm saying? Hate themselves. Hate their decisions in life, and just, you know, they will, if a man sometimes, and they got these fragile egos and they a bitch, and they feel like they can't have you, they damn near will beat your ass. Damn near will beat your ass, and a lot of the men around them are not going to help you either. So you can't feel protected by these men a lot of the time, and it's ridiculous. I'm speaking from experience myself, and for other women, it's like, it's disappointing, it's disheartening, it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And it's pitiful. So I really would advise y'all to be safe out here. If you, depending on what state you're in, you know, make sure you go get you a gun. If you are in states that require it, get you a FOIA card and a concealed carry. Make sure you pay attention to the laws, and make sure you can protect yourself. Get you some type of weapon, because a lot of the times you're gonna have to rely on yourself. Because apparently, I've been in a situation where a man was intoxicated. He got angry with me. Nobody was paying him any attention. So maybe that was the problem. He wasn't getting attention from any of the women. They were in a different altercation across from me. I'm getting my shit to get ready to go. This motherfucker starting shit with me, telling me stuff, and I blew him off like, okay, he wants attention. So he like, oh, bitch, you want to get smart. So I take my phone out to record this motherfucker. He ran up on me and said, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then you know what his friend said? Ain't no one-on-ones. Basically, like, he gonna jump in and hit me too if I defend myself against this man trying to attack me. Seriously, like, this is the world that we live in. And I feel bad for you overly sensitive as men. And now I get what men are saying about these single women raising these boys, because they act like bitches. They're super emotional. They They don't have no regulation. And I also blame the men that be talking about it need to get on the other men, since they got all the motherfucking answers, and tell them to raise their children. So that's a big topic right there that I just really wanted to cover. Now, I also want to get on talking stages, because a lot of the same topics keep coming up over and over and over again, okay? Talking about friends, okay? Platonic relationships or whatever, special friends, friends with benefits, whatever. Here's my personal opinion when it comes to the talking stage, okay? Ain't no way in hell no talking stage needs to last no damn 6 months. Bitch, if you ain't decided within, I'll give it 2 months, you gotta go. Like, what the fuck more do you need to know within that time frame? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get why niggas wanna, it's like, I don't know if it's pride. I don't know if they just trying to have it their way. Men will lead you on forever if you let them. It's so many things that go into that, but that's the thing. You shouldn't have to overthink or wonder where you're standing. And then when you bring the conversation to them, they act like they got all this shit going on and they just so confused. Bitch, you knew you was fighting demons and you was confused before you approached me. You know what I'm saying? This is new to me. Every time a motherfucker want to bring up the conversation and the topic of us, you know, making things exclusive, now it's a problem, right? You know, and then they don't want to cut off other options that aren't even viable anyway. Ain't nobody got time for no nigga that got 17,000 female friend. No, make up your motherfucking mind. It's either you in the streets or you over here. Because motherfuckers want to be in the streets and over there in your sheets, and that's some bullshit, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And then another motherfucking thing. Since we around here talking about it. Sexual hygiene. Men be so delusional a lot of the times that they think that when you're worried about other women out of jealousy. No, sir. Once I feel like there's just one too many women, even just another woman, and me and you is doing our do, I need you to go get tested. Okay? We can go together if you want to. I don't want to see these men so motherfucking nasty. They'll pull up on my chart. That's if they go to the goddamn doctor. Pull up on my chart from several months ago, talking about they got tested several months ago. What the fuck that got to do with now, man? And within them several months, you done fucked 100 bitches and a nigga, a partridge in the pear tree. Get your dirty ass out of here. I need them motherfucking up-to-date results. And you need to keep going, because you keep fucking all these partners. And then niggas so nasty, they think if you cute or you got a fat ass, they don't want to use a condom. They don't give a fuck. They feel like all they care about a lot of the times is they don't want to take care of their kids is pregnancy. But that's not the only thing you should be worried about, sir. So if the nigga feel like his pullout game is on point, he not wearing no condom a lot of the time. A man to go in the butt, in the mouth, in the coochie, everything. You kissing the nigga, your throat sore, you got bumps all over your damn lip and shit like that. And now you scared for your life, motherfucker. Your saliva foaming up and shit like you got rabies. Like, who the fuck want to be bothered with that, sir? I'm trying to ask you and see what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because if we gonna have some type of arrangement or something, don't expect no head from me. Don't expect shit. Because whatever, I don't want to kiss. None of that shit. I need that condom. Switch it out every time we have another round. You need to put another condom on. I don't play that shit. I need to see that shit. Turn the light on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta lift the balls up, look around there and examine shit. Like, with the condom on. Hell, I'd be scared, y'all. It'd be too much motherfucking shit going on. These men nasty. These men nasty as hell. I ain't gonna lie. So that really be the biggest thing, man. That be the biggest thing. And then just, I don't know, I just feel like it just be so much going on in the dating pool. It's like full of shit and piss. It really is. Like, and don't nobody feel like talking to you motherfucker, saying, hey, what you doing, hey, send me pictures. This my motherfucking thing. I don't know about y'all, but that is my pet peeve. Fellas, stop. Don't text no woman phone, especially whether you met her online or in person. You seen her. What the fuck? Ain't nobody finna send you 100 selfies. Then they go from asking for selfies to full body pictures and want you to send me some shit that you haven't posted. Like, first of all, bitch, you over here trying to give demands when you need to be offering to take me on a date. What the fuck you need 100 photos of me for? Like, who do you take? Like, I understand that a lot of y'all is used to bitches that just do this and that and third. I'm not about to go take no new pictures for you. I'm not about to send you no, bitch, no. No, if you want to see how I look again, if you just want to take another look, I don't know who the fuck they think they are. Maybe they want to, you know, they couldn't freeze you in time or something. Bitch, you gonna take me out. You gonna take me out on a date if you want to see me. I'm not making shit easy for you. And then I don't know what they be coming up with these goddamn raggedy ass dates. Now listen, I'm not finna, first of all, I'm not about to, niggas be like, you want to go on a walk? Bitch, do I look like a dog? You think I'm finna spend this time combing my hair, put my makeup on, and getting cute to go walk? You want to take a walk in the park? No, I don't, bitch. It's hot. It's hot, and I'm fat. Bitch, I don't want to walk in no park. Take your motherfucking dog on a walk, bitch, and then, you know, while you walking the dog, come up with better ideas than that. Or, like, stupid shit. Like, they just, I don't know. What be wrong with them, y'all? Or what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Let me know. What? You a grown-ass man. The most that you should be asking me, what do you like to do for fun or something like that? Or maybe asking me what I like to eat or something so you have an idea of what to do, and you do the work. You lead. You take the initiative. And then y'all wonder why y'all are not attracting feminine women that y'all say y'all desire. Is because you're the bitch. You're the bitch in a relationship. That gives very much bend me over and fuck me in the ass. Every time a nigga be like, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to come over and drink and smoke? Sir, what the fuck? That's what I'm telling y'all. Weird shit. And they don't think that they sound like rapists. But to somebody who has some decency to themselves and been a part of the game, no, I don't. If you, I just met you. I don't even know your real name. You know, all these men be out here, oh, my name C, my name Chris, my name, I don't know your middle name, last name. I don't know your license plate number. You want to pick me up in the dark, bitch. I ain't got time. No. Take me to some motherfucking place. I don't know where you trying to take me because I don't know where you live. And you could pull over, take me to the woods and break me and kill me and throw me in a damn lake. Why would I want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you not respect me? Like, this sounds dangerous. I'm not flattered. I don't want to drive around with you. Know what, bitch? I don't know you because you could be a drunk. I've had a situation. This is like from experience, guys. I had a situation. A man seemed pretty well-rounded. We went to school together. And, you know, one day he asked me to take me out. And I was trying to put myself out there. And I typically am not the type of person, you know, if y'all from the city, you know, if you know Chicago, you know, motherfucker will take you on a lakefront date quick. You want to go ride around the lakefront, walk the bend, get you something to eat. You know, to sometimes to a Chicago native, that's romantic, okay? So, I mean, you know, gotta love them. So I'm like, okay, cool. I wasn't thinking too much of it. I was ready to get out the house anyway. But the thing is, this nigga picked me up, and he was already fucked up. I get in the car and smell liquor. I'm like, what the fuck? This nigga was stoned. He was drunk, sloppy drunk, swerving and shit. So now you pick me up, you fucked up, and now we can really crash and die while we're trying to get on the highway. So it just be a lot of the things like, nigga, I'll meet you somewhere. You plan a date, I'll meet you there. I don't even want you to pick me up. I don't want you to know where I stay. Please date responsibly and safely, ladies, on some real shit. Because this, especially in this generation, man. Now, I really want to touch the topic of this whole financial thing that is really going on between men and women, where they always want to talk about who should do what, who should pay for what. And like, typically like each side is complaining about the other. Women want providers and protectors. Men want these submissive women and, you know, that listen to them, but also provide because they swear it's not the 50s anymore and blah, 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 which is not. But I'm going to tell y'all what. This drink kicking in, y'all. I'm drinking sangria. And I'm, you know, for a juicy bitch, I'm a little bit of a lightweight, if I'm being honest. That's another reason why on the first date, don't go out nowhere drinking with no man if you know you can't, especially if you know you can't handle no liquor. I don't give a fuck if it's one drink. Bitch, I ain't drinking nothing. I ain't ordering no drinks on the first date. You gonna see me fucked up when it's time for us to get on that Beyonce and Jay-Z drunken love shit. You know what I'm saying? We, you know, like movies, we fucked up, we come back to your place, we falling all over in the floor, and we fucked by the front door, and we make it to the bedroom. Like, yeah, so. So anyway, y'all, back to what I was saying about the whole 50-50, women this, men this, blah, 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 blah. I'm sick of it. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't spoke on it in a while. I usually just tell women not to date men that ain't got no money. But I don't always go and break it down into specifics. But I want to touch on that. So, first of all, I said in another video before, a lot of the time, I think women don't understand that times have changed. I will be completely honest with you. Times have changed. It's not the same anymore. A lot of these men cannot afford to take care of an entire household and family off of one income. But do I feel like that should be women's problem? No. If you can't afford to take care of the baby, don't have a baby. Remember what Michael Jackson said? Y'all want to do the do. Y'all want to fuck. Fucking creates the opportunity to get pregnant, have a child. Y'all want all of the things that comes with it, but y'all cannot afford it, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like y'all want fast cars, right? Y'all want these expensive cars, fucking $80,000 vehicles. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, even if your credit is good, that don't mean that you have an amazing job and you can afford this vehicle, right? So it ain't no point in doing shit like going to get the vehicle, and now you feel stuck in a situation, and then you're mad at everybody else because you calling around seeing who can help you pay your car note and high ass insurance and stuff like that, and they saying I'm not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to take some accountability. You know, you like what you saw, your eyes was googly over that motherfucker, and you just had to have it. So you go and fuck yourself. And put yourself in a situation, and now you stuck with some situation you can't afford. And then, just like a woman to pack her ass up, get the kids, the dog, and leave your ass, and still take your motherfucking money. That's what they'll do. They'll repossess that goddamn car, and you gonna still owe. So I'm gonna try to speak in the best way I can for a man to understand, because y'all don't understand the logic of having responsibility, okay? Now, I know when y'all look, I feel like a lot of men don't know how to look in the future and date for the future. 2 years, 5 years, you know, this amount of time and stuff like that. Yeah, right now it's fun, it's cute, you're having fun, you're infatuated and stuff like that. But, you know, along the lines, you could do risky things, or maybe you just feel like you want something different. You can't expect the woman that you met at this time that never told you she was finna pay for shit to pay for shit later. And that's why I tell women, if you're not doing it in the beginning, don't expect it in the end, okay? So what I'm getting around to is this. Like I said, back in the day, women couldn't get credit without a man. They couldn't buy a home. They couldn't even work. Women were basically slaves. I say this all the time. Sounds like a slave to me. Indentured servants, okay? You can get a place to stay, a roof over your head, food to eat, but basically you have to have several thousand kids for this man, because those are his workers. You're making his employees to do other shit and to keep you busy and in the kitchen cleaning and barefoot and pregnant, so he can make sure you ain't got the opportunity to do nothing while he got there with a whole nother family up the street, and his mistress and stuff like that. And, you know, they didn't take women serious. Women didn't have many rights. Laws didn't take them serious. Like, men could beat on them. They couldn't vote, none of that shit. So it was a patriarchal society, okay? And now we're in a position where, you know, we have rights, laws, equality, and stuff like that. And women are working and going to school and stuff like that, and they surpass the men in no time, okay? So now it's an imbalance of a lot of the women are way more successful than the men. And for some odd reason, the women by themselves that are single are doing way better than a lot of the men that are trying to date them. And the men are angry because they're the ones that need the help, right? It reminds me of The Color Purple when Celie walked away. Everything you did to me was already done to you. So this whole day and age is like a revelation for men, okay? They realize how much they do need women, okay? Even the ones that do pay the bills, cook and clean, all that other bullshit for themselves, they still complain. Because now you want these beautiful ass women, and you may have this shit, but what Young Miami say, give a fuck what a nigga got if he ain't giving it, okay? Y'all want women to like you for your personality, but we're not cut the same. You can have a great personality, but the women that you guys claim that you desire to raise your children that have common sense and standards are not going to just fuck with you based off of your personality, okay? You can be a little funny looking. You can be a little ugly. You can have a couple of flaws, but we need to get paid to deal with that. Okay. A lot of women are so mature compared to men that it's frustrating to deal with y'all. Honestly, it's like you got to pretend that they're not dumb. And I hate to say it like that and be a little biased, but from my experience as a woman, dealing with men can be trying. Just like y'all feel like dealing with us, we in our emotions. But let me not veer off topic. I'm a little tipsy. I told y'all, it don't take too much. Anyway, like I said, so y'all are trying to date women, and I feel that, you know, men do want families eventually, and y'all want to settle down, but y'all still have y'all desires to men. So a lot of men who do get to a point where they do have some sort of career or something, they still don't have enough, and they want young, youthful women. Okay, they want women that are beautiful, that have a lot of options, that have access to men that can do way more than the men that claim that they want them, but shouldn't be wanting shit but some more money. And they get angry. Me personally, I don't get that. Y'all want submissive providers and independent minors is what it sounds like to me. It's really fucking strange. I don't understand why niggas be like 35 plus trying to date 23, 22, and then be sitting up there thinking that this woman needs to help you with bills. Is absolutely absurd. If you're gonna be doing all that, you need to take care of her. Honestly, you need to be able to afford to put her through college and all of that stuff, and allow that girl to get her life together and stop trying to find young women to take advantage of and mold and, you know what I'm saying, basically abuse. Like, you're taking advantage of them, and it's still giving pedophile. I'm sorry. I mean, it's one thing to, you know, I mean, why can't you find someone your own age? There are women that do take care of themselves, that are beautiful, that are successful and everything. And there are some women that have their own shit and ain't gonna ask you to do shit for them, but probably ain't gonna fuck you for real and take you serious if you don't. But, you know, men don't want the responsibility, so they find women they can take advantage of. They don't want to grow up a lot of the time, and then sometimes they just want the whole cow. But they want the whole cow for free. Like, let me get this young woman. She ain't had no experience. She not gonna ask for too much. Maybe a hair and a lash. So I ain't gotta come up off of too much because I ain't got shit to offer. She's naive and gullible, so I can mold her mind into dealing with my shit, thinking that, you know, this ghetto ass situation and toxic love and it's fucked up life that I created for myself that I want to pass down to her and cause her trauma in her generations is normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, it's psychotic, narcissistic, and everything. And they want to make it seem like women are overreacting when we say that. But I mean, if you really talk about it and stop trying to sugarcoat it, that's what the fuck it is. You know, I'm 30. I'm not ugly. I'm not super sloppy, bent out of shape. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, a bum or anything like that. So for a man to come and say, oh, you know, and then they want women with no children just to give them children that they can't even afford to take care of is absolutely absurd. You want this one to be 9 months pregnant working in so she can help you take care of the kids. Can't even really enjoy her 6 weeks and then got to put her baby that's a newborn in daycare that she got to go find to fund from the state because you can't afford that. Daycare is super expensive. Children are expensive. I think they said nowadays it costs you have to make $300,000 to take care of a child, which I feel like is dramatic, but I mean, really it's not if you want a certain lifestyle. Yeah, like to be comfortable. Yeah, that sounds about right. Shit, a decent sized house in a decent neighborhood where you can walk out the door and not get shot up in a house that you ain't got to put too much work in is at minimum around here $300,000. Look, I don't even want to get too much into that. I get frustrated. Then the rates, come on now. What was the last time I checked was 7%? Okay. It's just too much going on for a man to have the audacity to approach a woman, want something from her, and then get mad at her standards. I always tell y'all about this. So do I feel like men should provide? Yes. You can go find you a roommate that'll fuck you and have kids with you and everything like that, and y'all can live y'all impoverished lifestyle and go 50-50 or something. I'm not against it. I feel like to each their own, but I feel like I'm speaking on the situation for women who do have different standards and do want full providers. They have the right to do that. because it makes sense. Everybody don't want to live a certain lifestyle. And then it's like, how do you go and approach a woman and say that she is begging you for something, but you the one that approached her? She gave you a standard. If you don't like it, just go on to the next woman. But y'all don't want those women, because the women that you should actually want to have children with, that has some sense and some standards and respect about herself, is going to cost. You know, you got to pay the cost to be a boss, right? Just like y'all not going to complain when you do. You've been dreaming of having this fancy car your whole life. You finally got the money to get it. And, you know, it looks great. You get it. You take care of it. You appreciate it. You don't mind putting money into it. It's actually fun because you love it and everything like that. Y'all should treat women just like that. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucking men so damn dumb. They worried about the mileage. Why you worried about that the next dude dick was bigger than yours or something? What you worried about? Like, oh, she's used up or something? No, sir, your dick's just little, sir. You're not doing it for her, you know? I don't know. But then again, the ones with the little dicks actually will probably spend some money on you and pay all of the bills. That's usually how it works, unfortunately. So yeah, I wanted to speak on that, because we already know, y'all, I'm tipsy. That's why I had to pause. That's why I was a little cut in the video. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, I can't think. On to the next segment. Another topic that I wanted to speak on is how I feel like, especially in the Black community, but not just us, you outgrow people and you take time to focus on yourself, right? You say you want to go back to school, say you got plans, you keeping them to yourself. You don't want nobody to throw salt on them. You've been working in the background and keeping, you know, your moves in silence. Say you started a new career, changing routes and directions. And, you know, if you're like me, you isolate yourself, okay? I've done that a lot. As a Capricorn, I'm always like trying to get some money, okay? I'm always trying to put some roots down to access some success, okay? So I've noticed, like, I'll kind of back off from everybody. And if you know me, well, you know what time it is, okay? I'm not even the type of person that puts too much talking out there, okay? Because people like to hate, they jealous, they try to tell you this ain't gonna work, tell you how to do stuff and what not to do, and they have not even did what you are saying that you want to do. So if you don't, you're not the type of person that is you're not the type of person that's somewhere where I want to be. You're not already doing something successful, or you don't, you know, I don't really want to talk to you about what my plans are if you have not already done it and have been successful in doing so, okay? Or it may have not been successful. Tell me what not to do. But other than that, if you ain't doing shit that I'm trying to do, or you not where I want to be, I don't want to hear that shit. So with that being said, I tell people this all the time, like, when you trying to do something and you trying to get your shit together, you trying to prioritize something, you're going to have to get away from your friends. You're going to have to keep some things to yourself. Because if you start talking about it, people going to think you bragging anyway. And even if they fake act like they happy for you and supportive, actions speak louder than words. So instead of trying to put too much on other people to support you, you know what I'm saying, make sure you doing that yourself. You planting the seeds and you watering it in the background, okay? And I speak on this because a lot of the times I feel like people feel like you act different when you are successful. They feel like, oh, you think you're better than us, or you being bougie, or you know, motherfuckers get a little money or whatever. Now they wanna, that, you know how that go. But that's how you should be, because a motherfucker that ain't got shit to lose will make you lose everything. And in the Black community, there's a lot of motherfuckers, and not even just our community, but I'm Black, so I can speak on it. A lot of motherfuckers want to leash up off you. They want to ride your coattail. You stop drinking, you stop smoking, you stop partying every night. You made a lot of changes and made a lot of sacrifices to get where you at, and motherfuckers want to eat off of your hard work and labor. And I don't understand that. And they think that they're entitled to it. I always say audacity is on clearance, right? And then motherfuckers will turn other people against you, and they'll dog you the fuck out. And in that same mouth that they use to dog you out, they'll you know, ask you if you got some money, because they license off, but they was just over there on the stories fucking around, drinking and smoking and partying somewhere, and damn, they ain't even invite you. So just make sure you don't let people guilt trip you into thinking you owe them something. You don't owe nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? The most you can offer a motherfucker is a word of advice if they ask. Like, hey, how did you do this? I actually, see, I have to work on my mouth, because a lot of the times the shit that I have in my head these days, I'm so glad I don't just blurt out. Because sometimes you ever have a motherfucker ask you how you do something and you want to say it's because you got the fuck away from them. Oh, how you end up, woo, I got the fuck away from y'all. Y'all want to keep doing the same shit and expecting different results. If you don't know, that's the definition of insanity. What the, like, what you mean? Like, you, what, let me tell y'all what my real pet peeve is. I don't know if this is a Capricorn thing or if this is just, I don't have a lick of patience for a motherfucker that every time you get around them, they have a different goal, right? Now, I'm all about different avenues, but I really feel I had to learn this myself. How the fuck are you going to succeed at anything if you're not putting all of your efforts into one thing? Let that get off the ground, see how it does before you invest in something else. That's another thing. I'm frustrated with people who every time you talk to them, they tell you what they want to do and what they gonna do, but they somewhat doing the same shit and not making no changes and not making no moves and no efforts. When I say low vibrational, I get aggravated. I also can't stand a motherfucker that got all the fucking answers but bear no fruit. There are no results of you doing it your way. And then when you have a conversation with them, you a damn near get into it with them because you can't tell them shit. They got all the motherfucking answers, but nothing that they claim that they doing or whatever the fuck they say is working out for them. A motherfucker will be in a box on the side of the road. Y'all, I seen a meme and motherfuckers built a cardboard box house and it said $5 butt stuff, and that blew the fuck out of me. I don't know if y'all seen that, but that's what popped up in my mind. Motherfuckers inside the road in a box that say $5 butt stuff, trying to tell you what you need to do. Don't give me no advice unsolicited when your shit fucked up. Why would I do what the fuck you doing and you ain't got shit? And that's not me being judgmental, because it's been plenty of times where I may not have not had shit at all, but I sure ain't had enough at the time, you know what I'm saying? But my mind is going toward how the fuck I'm gonna get this, and whatever I'm doing right now, I need to do something different because it ain't working. Motherfuckers be doing the same shit and then get mad because it ain't working out for them. Stubborn. Now, don't get me wrong, when it comes to certain stuff, like for instance, I'm gonna use this for example. When I get on here, this is something I have a passion for doing. I could talk to the motherfucking cows come home, as my homegirl Ariel would say. I could talk to the cows come home, okay? This is something I don't mind doing. I have a lot of thoughts, and I don't want to call people and talk their motherfucking head off till they explode. So I talk to y'all. Because if you want to hear me, you know where to find me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of feeling like I'm bothering people. This is great. I get all the thoughts out of my motherfucking head, and then I feel, you feel me? So if this takes off, that's great. But did I start this in thinking it would be an overnight thing? No. Could it? Yes, it's a possibility. But that's the only time I feel like you should keep doing something and it's not bearing immediate results. But it makes sense, right? I have been doing social media for a little over 3 years. I have built my TikTok page brick by brick. Okay, I'm finally at 100,000 followers. Woo! 101. So we got a party about that, y'all. We got to have some drinks. I might stream. So thank y'all for all y'all support. I love y'all. Y'all got to know that. So it makes sense. I built the platform. That took off unexpectedly. I didn't know what it was gonna do, but I was enjoying it. Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. It gets the people going. You feel me? So I was like, shit, fuck it. Let me go ahead and broaden my horizon. Let me branch out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could reach a different audience. Who's to say this can't take off? Because I've done it before. I have, obviously people like what I do. They like to hear me talk. They like to hear my takes on shit. So fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it takes off or not, I'm having fun. It's doing something for me. It's therapeutic. I feel like it's helpful to others and stuff like that. And, it's cool. So it's beneficial to me either way it goes, right? And in the long run, it might, take off because I've done this before. So that's one thing. It makes sense. It's like a plan, basically. Whether it's trying to get something back financially, or it's doing something for me mentally. It's beneficial. If you hitting the wall, you're not going nowhere. It's not making sense at all. And it's not a situation where, okay, this is not going to be an overnight thing, but if I plant a little seed here and a little seed there and I water it and over time it can bear some fruit. If it's not giving that it makes sense, you have no plan, you lost, okay? You lost. And you need to do something else, okay? Like, for instance, this to me, I guess you would say it's a hobby. I don't look at social media like it's a job. It's a hobby. I enjoy it and I have fun. And I love that people kind of hold me accountable in a way, because people, if I don't post for a while, there's people that literally ask about me, check on me and say, hey, what's going on? Can't wait for your next, da, da, da. So it's encouraging. But I think that if you can't put time and effort into something and you don't have a passion for it and you don't have the willpower and consistency to do something and expect it to bear some fruit, this is, like I said, it's a hobby. So that means that I'm not going to just throw away everything that I need to put time and effort into that's going to get immediate results. Like, I can work a 9 to 5 and I can look forward to a weekly paycheck. Whereas this may take off months, years, later, you know what I'm saying? But right now, this is what I need to focus on until this takes off. I think people don't have that mindset, a plan A, a plan B. Like, when you're not a teenager living under somebody else's roof, you can't stream all damn day. You can't just sit there, and ain't got nothing, starving, your kids fucked up, ain't got no shoes and clothes, need school supplies and stuff like that. And then, you know what I'm saying, you sitting up, I'm finna do this, I'm finna get online, and you know what I'm saying? Especially if you already ain't got, a following or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, give it a try, but just make sure you got plan A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? Because life is fucked up sometimes. And I think, like I said, when it comes to you and having your shit together, don't be sitting up there thinking people owe you shit that worked hard for their shit to get to where they at and put in, certain efforts and maybe went a different route, and you fucked up because you want to do shit you want to do your motherfucking way and think that they doing stuff that's working out for them because they made the decisions to do certain stuff to get where they at, think they supposed to owe you some shit just because they got it. Everybody don't believe in doing that, okay? Don't get me wrong, I know it's some motherfuckers that be gatekeeping, but that's not what we're talking about right now. And as far as what I was saying, what the fuck, I was getting to a point when I was talking, I thought of something. It'd be a light bulb, it'd be like, ding. What was I finna say, y'all? School supplies. Well, I had crossed that a little bit. I thought of something I was telling one of my homegirls. Now, we back to school, okay? I mean, school has been delayed for mine because of all of the damages from the storms and power being on and stuff like that. But let me tell y'all something. Social media puts people in your business, okay? And it puts them in a business even if you're not thinking so. Sometimes it's not what y'all think. People are not watching your page, trying to pocket watch. People are not admiring you the way they think. Sometimes the people you think is just all in your stories every day, they just scrolling past, and Facebook or Instagram just say that they were there, even if they just scroll past your shit. And people notice things, right? So if you've been drinking and smoking, you've been riding around with niggas, or you've been partying, you've been having your hair and nails done all summer, and it come to them kids, and you sitting up there making statuses and shit talking about the baby daddy and the family don't do a fuck thing and all of this, and your baby ain't, you had to get shit by yourself, girl, shut the fuck up. We don't care. We don't have no sympathy for you. Suck a dick. That's what you been doing. Suck a dick for some school supplies. It don't make no motherfucking sense. All these drives, y'all can keep up with the dates and stand in the motherfucking lines outside the club and to, you know what I'm saying, go on vacation or whatever fuck y'all was doing all summer and posting and flexing and shit. When it comes to them kids, get your ass out there and stand in the motherfucking line like for them backpacks, for them school supplies like y'all do them Jordans. We don't give a fuck. And that's why people don't have sympathy for you, because you make it hard to have sympathy for you. And then you want motherfucker, y'all be trying to look at the women in y'all family, these men, and be dogging their ass out, which, yeah, the baby daddy should help. But You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you making it hard for people to feel like, okay, well, it's all on him. Get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? And this is coming from somebody, let me tell y'all straight up. A lot of shit wasn't always taught to me. I had to learn the hard way. I have one of those mothers that be like, shit, you think you know everything? I'm gonna let you figure it out. And it wasn't that I thought I know everything, but let her tell it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn along the way how to, you learn every day as a parent, you should. And it was times where, okay, I didn't manage my money the right way. And now I got to figure this out. And I got to make it happen. And I can't call and text and cuss motherfuckers out because they don't want to, they ain't got it. No, don't nobody owe you shit. Make sure you got your shit together, because y'all hate people in y'all business, but y'all constantly posting it. So I wanted to speak on that. Like, y'all be pissing me the fuck off, okay? And coming from a mom of, I have a stubborn child that would rather be on Minecraft and play the video games and do everything but sit down and read a goddamn book. He's so stubborn and shit like that. It's frustrating, and I gotta be on his ass, okay? So I get it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes as a parent, you can feel like you're doing everything, and okay, so why isn't this showing the results? Sometimes it shows later on. I talked about this in another video. Sometimes you talking to your kids today blue in the face. My mama felt like I was that type of kid, and I feel like I love my sister. She's doing great. Shout out to her. She's in JSU. Love her. Love you down. I feel like I'm one of her kids that end up, even though I am one of the crazy ones, I feel like I kind of have a lot of the qualities that my mother wanted me to have when I was younger now. I'm just put it like that. So with that being said, man, like, you gotta have some responsibility. It gets to a point, like I said, it was stuff that I learned along the way, and I'm gonna continue to learn as a parent. So I ain't trying to dog a motherfucker out, because you gotta learn. But at the end of the day, please stop complaining. And then especially if you, like I said, if you gonna keep having kids by the same age nigga, or you gonna keep having kids by different niggas and then keep blaming them, talking about they lied to you and all of that stuff. And men, that's what I was talking to my homeboy about the other day. Y'all wonder why women always ask y'all for money and ask y'all to provide them things right off the bat. We want to know right away, okay? You men, it's a lot of you men that's out here that's nasty and irresponsible, that will go and have sex, and if a woman raw and nutted her on the first time got sex, and then be looking at her like she crazy because she has morals that are different than yours, and she don't want to, get rid of the baby. And then y'all be blaming the women for it. And it's frustrating. But ladies, that's why I think, fellas, that's why a lot of women are like, okay, I'm dating for the long term. I want to, this is the type of man that I want. Are you willing to do so? And once that man show you that he ain't doing that, I'm not talking about $20 for a meal or something. I'm talking about seriousness. Like, over time, you date a guy, he should want to offer to take care of you, okay? Especially, I have kids. I'm single. I'm paying all my bills. I'm doing all these things. All of these things. And even if you feel that I can handle all of this and you like my independence, I feel like as a man, you should have enough pride to want to impress me and to want to show me, look, I'm going to take some of this burden off of you, and I'm going to do these things. And I know that you're a package deal. You have children. I'm not going to sit up there and be like, well, have the daddy do it. Yeah, I'm one of the people that are blessed to have, my ex-husband. He loves our children, and his family is really supportive. So I feel like compared to a lot of people that I do know, I do have a great support system. I can't lie. And regardless of that, I feel like, especially if a man want to mix with me and then he wants more children, yeah, we're not going to do that, because I've seen too many times when women has children already by another man, she gets remarried or something like that, and that man makes the one child that they have together the prize, because it's the biological child, and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna take care of my kid and then you take care of yours. No, that's bullshit. Because now one kid got more or less than the other, and that's not fair. Trifling shit, and the women be letting them. That's why I say y'all also have to vet these women properly and stop just looking for women that are bad bitches with fat asses. Because if you don't work out, and she just went and had a kid with you, and then everybody she dates, she had kids, well, you don't know what the fuck she allowing a man to do in her home, especially if you got daughters. So make sure that you vetting properly as well, fellas. But I'm a little tipsy. I got to model so much shit from Shein, y'all. As y'all may know or may not know, I am a Shein partner. Shout out to them. They have sent me so many clothes, shoes, trench coats, all of the above, and I am excited to try it on. Even though this is about to be a workout, y'all, stay tuned. Visit my TikTok at Vixen Kin, VIXENKIN, and make sure you follow me on IG. You can go in the link in my bio, and you can get all of my information from my socials, so that you can follow me on all platforms. Because sometimes I don't post the same thing on different platforms. I think on my Instagram, I want to be more personable with y'all. TikTok, you know, my little clips and my little takes and stuff like that. And here, y'all know, I'm gonna give y'all the real, the talk show, the podcast, whatever. We gonna do our thing. So make sure y'all stay tuned for new episodes. Again, thank y'all for y'all patience. Sorry for the wait. Y'all know I love y'all with all of my heart. If again, what I was saying was make sure you head over to TikTok. That's where you're gonna see me modeling a lot of the Shein clothes. Love them. I'm not gonna lie, I have not had a situation where anything that I chose from did not match the photo or the description. It is all you get. What you see is what you get. So yeah, so y'all stay tuned. I might be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, sometime this week. What is it, Wednesday? So this weekend then probably. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Vixen's Verdict. Y'all got your girl tipsy. I'm blaming y'all. So yeah.